Good morning and welcome to the channel. We are back with another episode. We're doing another series here in this house. We're doing a kitchen and bathroom remodel. We're going to be focusing on the bathroom today. We've just started, so we kind of got to see what we're getting ourselves into. We have some of this older style glue-on tile installed that has to come off. Hopefully it doesn't come off with the wall, as well as replacing the vanity, putting a new floor in, new baseboards, new paint. Pretty much everything other than the shower will be redone. So we're gonna jump into it, see how this tile comes off, and kind of gauge what we need to do from there on. But before we go ahead and begin removing these tiles, we're gonna take off all the towel holders and hardware. They're in good shape, so we're gonna try and save them if they are savable. Concrete screw. So far I've had to take off 3 separate things and they've all been different screws. So that's pretty classic with renovations, and that's what slows you down at the end of the day when you have to pick out multiple different tools to do one thing that should have been done all with one in the same fastener at least. Hey, that's how the tile comes off. Alright, first tile off. It's the classic 16th inch glued on tile, just like a plastic. And it didn't take the plaster away with it, or the first one didn't, so that's a good sign. Ideally we remove these and we can just skim coat the wall rather than replacing any plasters, but we do have to see how it all comes off first. Another success. And the adhesive buildup is about a 16th inch as well, so at the end of the day I might actually end up skim coating an 1/8 inch onto this wall to make it nice and smooth, but we'll go ahead and try and pop a few more of these off. Yeah, so far so good, other than maybe a little bit of a buildup of adhesive. I wasn't hoping for that much, but it should be possible to just skim coat. We'll go along, pop off maybe this whole wall and see what condition the wall comes out the other side. So you can see here that they just used typical trowel, a comb, and troweled it onto the wall, and then they squished it tight against the wall to set the tile in. And so far it looks all pretty even, which is the good news, because then it's just easier to skim coat that if there's no ridges that are more pronounced. Yeah, the flatter it is, the easier it is. As long as it doesn't flake off the wall, as long as it's like a solid substrate, I'll be able to skim coat it. We will go ahead and finish this whole wall. Everything came off pretty good, as you can see from the time lapse. There's a paper toilet holder inserted into the wall, so I'm gonna have to remove that, patch it. Not a big problem, I'll do that now. I did notice there were some previous patchwork done. I'm guessing some tile didn't adhere properly or eventually fell off for whatever reason. This is right by the shower, so maybe it was a moisture issue. But you can see right here that this is a new, couple of these tiles were reinstalled. And a couple of these ones on the side were reinstalled as well with an adhesive. This looks like it's almost, I don't know what that is, almost a mortar. But yeah, so that's why this edge is built up. See if I can kind of, yeah, just remove that aggressive buildup of adhesive. Try and pop this toilet paper holder out. Usually they're just mortared in, just a glob of mortar, and then push it into the wall. Which that. So I'll have to figure out how to patch that, get some drywall as well. Alright, I just got back from the store picking up some primer for this adhesive. It's an oil-based Zinsser product. A little safer to go with an oil-based product so you don't know what you're going over top of. I don't know if this tile adhesive is an oil-based or latex-based adhesive, so just to be safe, we're going with the oil-based primer, which will adhere a lot better to that adhesive, allowing for a solid surface to start my skim coat over. You can also see down here, I've torn out a bit more of the vanity, opened it up a bit more so I can prime about an inch into it. Just in case the new vanity doesn't fully cover it, I'll skim coat a little extra to get in there. And we can begin the priming process. I went with a 15 mil roller too. That way it's just more likely to fill in all the voids, the porous surface that is the adhesive. Pre-roll it like that while I do some cutting, just to give a chance for the fibers to become saturated with the paint. And we can begin. So again, the reason we're doing this is just to enable our skim coat to adhere well onto the wall. That's not ideal, there's some loose adhesive there. I did try and knock down any loose debris off the wall, because obviously you want your substrate to be secure as possible, as stable as possible. So I did try and do it. We'll see if I got it all. The nice thing about the oil-based primer too is it only takes 2 hours to do another coat. Probably won't end up doing a second coat, but it is nice to know that it's a quick drying time and that I don't have to wait 48 hours or something like other products that are out there. I don't want to have to remove the toilet right now, so I'm going to get a mini roller to get in behind it. My typical, I don't know what size that is actually, but it's a little too big to get behind it, so we get a smaller roller and save an extra step by having to remove the toilet and put it back on at the end of the day. Here's one here. For this renovation, because we're replacing everything, I don't have to be too worried about the floors or what's left of the vanity, so it makes my job a little easier. But there's a lot of cases where you might have to do an extra bit of setup, precautionary setup. So you can really tell with this thicker nap, the bristles are longer, the fibers are longer, and it's able to get into all these imperfections a lot easier. But still, sometimes you have to go multiple directions to get it fully in and seated. Any high spots, I just want to take off, because if I leave it, that means my skim coat will have to go at least that high to cover it. Okay, that's going to take care of priming. So all we gotta do is wait for this to dry, and tomorrow I'm going to begin the skim coat. Am I going to end the video here or not? I don't know. If I end the video here, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and if I don't, I'll see you right now.